Hi everyone, I am Laura Guardino for those of you who didn't meet me, and this is a weekly video that I'll do to kind of walk you through the course. I am going to save myself a little time this week by doing a video for both GAV and Evergreen History 17A and 17B since I had you guys all do the same intro activities, so I'd kind of like to sum the week up. So no matter what class you're in, if you're in GAV or Evergreen, this whole week one was the same for everybody, so everything applies to you. Ooh, I itch. So everybody has the historian's toolbox, which I talked about in my optional online orientation that I had for GAB and my mandatory online orientation that we had for Evergreen. So announcements, comments, syllabus, make sure you get the syllabus printed out. You'll need your texts this week, so make sure you have them. I know both bookstores have the texts, so you can pick it up there. You can order it online, but make sure you are getting the correct edition. The correct edition is listed in the syllabus and the required texts. Okay, so play around with these boxes if you haven't already, and we can go from there. We did week one, which was great. You guys should have done your introduction, and I see that there's a lot of introductory posts already there. Then what you should have done after that was you should have opened up the discussion self-assessment file, and my computer will take 10 minutes because I live out in the country to open the discussion self file, and then it opens. Here you have what you are supposed to be doing. So this week, let's say you did an excellent job on the discussion. You participated, so I'm going to highlight that yellow. You did a positive general attitude, so I'm going to highlight that yellow. And then you started the discussion from the first week and you did your fair share. So I highlight that yellow. So I think that I did an excellent job on my discussion this week, and I'm going to give myself 10 points across the board. If you want, you can write a note to Laura and explain what happened the week, if you felt good, if you felt bad, if something came on. You can give me a little explanation there. It's actually very helpful to me if you do that because I can keep on the same page as you. The next thing that you're going to do, and this was a little bit tricky for some people, is to figure out what posts you did and to read your posts so you can accurately give yourself the correct self-reflection grade. And in my video, this was before they updated Moodle, or I learned, and it was a much more complicated step. Now it is super easy to figure out what you did in your forum search. So you simply type in your name, Laura, and hit go, and it'll show you all of the forum posts that I have done. You can do this for anyone in the class, but most likely you're going to do it for yourself. In GAV, you might have to hit the advanced search button, and in the advanced search button, there's going to be, the name should match the author, and you would put Laura in there, or your name. Search forums, and then all of your posts are going to come up. You simply then copy all of the posts you made this week and this week only, and then you go and you post discussion posts, and then I cut and paste them into the document. And then there are all the posts that I made. Notice that I have the time and the date and the post that you did. So this is what I would like you to do. After you're done with that, I simply do a Control-All and a Control-C on my Mac. I copy the whole thing, and I would then paste this into the assignment window. I know this seems complicated, but actually once you get in the hang of it, it becomes very easy. And it, one, keeps you honest. It lets you know how many posts you did. It lets you know if your posts are quality. And then you and I are both looking at the same thing when I grade you. I'm looking at the posts that you've put here, and then I'm looking at the rubric to see where you fall on it. And generally we'll be in agreement. You guys are very honest, but sometimes you and I have to have a conversation, either that you need more points or that maybe you scored yourself a little too high this week, and I'll explain why. So that's my justification behind doing that. I know that with a few of you who are using older computers, that's no problem. It does come out a little bit weird when you copy, all the formatting is lost. So to work around that, what we are going to do is you would simply, instead of copying the whole thing, you would just take the boxes. You would just take one box, you would Control-C or right-click, whatever you would do, copy that one box and paste that box into the discussion thing. So let me do it in a blank document. So I would copy this. I would go to my assignment window. Okay, I would go to my assignment window, summary of week 2 discussion activity. I would say add a submission. And instead of pasting the whole thing, I would merely just paste that one box. And then I would go and do the next thing and do the next box and just do that. That way you can keep the formatting so you're not copying the whole table, just the boxes in which you scored. And that works for the people who have formatting issues with their computer. And it happens sometimes. If it happens to you, don't worry about it. Just simply cut just the boxes that you score. If you're one of those people who the formatting's not working and you still have questions about that, feel free to email me. Okay, so that's turning in a discussion assignment. Hopefully we all practice this week. I'm really easy because I know this week was a practice. Last week was a practice, and this week we get into the nitty-gritty. All of my classes are reading a taking sides outline suggestion. Remember, I do not go in the same order, so check to make sure that you are reading the right chapter. For the taking sides outline, you are going to come up with a direct quote from the thesis. So I'm actually wanting you to quote directly the thesis and then explain it in your then explain what the thesis is of the author in your own words in a sentence or two. Find the 3 main arguments, list them, and then give me a critique of each author. So you're going to do author 1, thesis 3 points, author 2, thesis 3 points, and then a critique and explain why you picked the side you did. If you need a graded taking a sides assignment, you can see it right here, and this will be due Wednesday, February 6th. This week we also have our first discussion. Discussions are awesome. They're going to be student-led, and that sounds scary, but it's really not. Oh, someone's already posted in 17B at Evergreen. You open up the discussion window. I will always tell you who's facilitating the discussion. Each one of you has been placed into a group. This is the group that you've been placed in. You will only see the group members whose group you are in. So group 1 only will be able to participate with group 1 and see group 1. And the same thing with group 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you're in your own little group of 8 and 9, and I think in GAV it's 6 and 7. Then you will see someone in group 3 has already done the discussion topic. Ronnie, who is A+ in my book because he is out there already and is leading the discussion for the first week, which I'll go really easy on grading because the first week leaders are so awesome. Industrialists such as Andrew Carnegie and J.D. Rockefeller were well known for establishing monopolies that made them very wealthy. The real question lies whether they sought profit exclusively for their own benefit or whether they were more concerned about the benefit of others. Use examples to support your opinion. This is awesome. It's a great discussion question. You guys in group 3 will all reply to this. You must reply 3 different times to Ronnie or to the other people who reply in this thread. And note that you can't have all 3 of your threads on Sunday. So you can do a thread on Monday, a response on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, and then 2 responses on Saturday, or 2 responses on Sunday and 1 response on Saturday. That way we lengthen out the discussion. And please help Ronnie by jumping in as early as possible, because one day you'll be the discussion leader and you'll want people to go. Note, if you are the discussion leader and your group does not participate, that will affect their grades and not your own. As long as I see you making an honest effort to facilitate the discussion, then you will be fine. So Ronnie, A+ for you already this week. Everybody start jumping in group 3, and all discussion posts by the group leaders will be posted by Tuesday. Discussion and the outline will be due by Wednesday, so I should see people starting to pop in the discussion Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's the discussion. So we talked about the first box. We've talked about the discussion, self-grade assessment. You'll put it in the summary of week 2. You'll cut and paste. We are talking about taking sides outline, how to do it, week 2 discussion. I'm so excited for. And then we have primary source assignment number 1. Primary source assignment is our our semester-long research paper. And you guys will be doing a research paper in History 1. I'm choosing it for you. You guys will be doing slave petitions and plantation petitions about the issue of slavery in the new American Republic. And in History 2 or History 17B, you guys will get to pick your primary source. So you guys both have primary source assignments this week, and I've given you a prompt. Note that this is a small assignment. Someone's already turned it in. I'm so impressed. that it is due before it's due Sunday 2:10 before 11:55, but it's no more than 2 to 5 paragraphs. So read the prompt and do what you start thinking about possible topics. And remember, we have itty bitty assignments each week to help you make you successful in the research process. Last thing I want to say before I leave a very long video announcement, which I promise in the future they'll be shorter, is that email. I had so much email this week, it was redonkulous. I mean, more email than I've had in forever. And I slowly slogged my way through it, and I got back with everybody. Note, my Evergreen account is acting funky. And it doesn't go to my iPhone or my Yahoo account, so the best account to reach me on is Yahoo. I will get through my Evergreen emails, but it takes me, it's slower. So if you instantly want to get in touch with me, use Yahoo. I check that all day. There's no problem. It goes straight to my phone. Sometimes I can't always get to you and instantly, but I will the next time I log on. You can also text me. A few people have been taking advantage of that option, and my text number is in the syllabus. You can also call between Monday and Friday between 8 and 5. I'm more than happy to take your call or answer your questions. So that's contact information. Gav, apparently there's a new email account at Gav, and I haven't got onto it yet. So if you've emailed me at Gav, at my Gav account, it's no longer forwarding to my phone, so I'm kind of up a creek that way. I will figure out the email dilemma, but for the most important thing for right now is email me at lauragardino@yahoo.com, which my number's in the syllabus, or message me within iLearn itself. And same with my Evergreen students, you can message me within Moodle itself. Again, this is a really long message, but I had a lot to go over this week. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you online this week.